last time I did a video, it was the middle of summer. I was in shorts and t-shirts and I went mullet fishing. That's how long it's been. Must pull my finger out somewhat. So it is now the 2nd of December. It's minus 4 million degrees. Just about clinging on to the last bit of sunlight. This beautiful sunset. In the next half an hour it'll probably be dark and really, really, really cold. So I've got a million layers on. I look like the Michelin Man. But tonight we're going to have a little look for some small-eyed rays. I've had a lot of success this year. It's been a very good season on the rays. I beat my PB twice, which is awesome. And I want to show you one key little thing. This winter, yet again, another winter, we're going to probably have sand eel shortages. I know most of the shops are sort of running out of decent-sized eels and this sort of thing already. But I want to show you one of my favourite baits for small-eyed rays, which is sprat. It's nothing new, you've all probably heard and used sprat before, but I just want to show you how I do it, how I bait up the sprat. It's a sprat and squid cocktail, and hopefully catch a few rays on it. Let's see how we go. Right, let's have a look at how we present these sprats then. So here's our wee sprat. Lovely little thing. Cheap as chips. I mean, there's a pack here with 2, 4, 6 in. They're £1. Can't complain about the price of these things. What I'm actually intending to do is make these as sort of thin and streamlined as possible, which is going to help with our casting. I think it'll also help with the bait presentation. Make sure your hookups are good and accurate. First thing I do is I just snip off the head, just to square it off slightly. And then I'm going to run the scissors just behind the backbone, along the sort of almost like the lateral line down there. So out of each sprat, we're going to get 2 baits. There we go. In fact, I'm even going to trim that tiny bit of tail off. So what we're left with there is 2 pretty much sand eel shaped baits, which puts us where we want to be. The downside to sprat is it's very soft. It's an oily, bloody fish, a lot like sort of blueies and mackerels and herring and all that sort of thing. So it is relatively soft. You can see here, like the skin sort of pulling away already and that sort of thing. If I just put that on a hook as it is, chances are it's going to fall off. It's going to break up on the cast or break up in the sea a little bit quickly. So what I do is I cut a thin strip of squid, approximately the same length as the sprat we're going to use. Like so. We're going to use one of these baiting tools. These are an absolute must-have, I think, in nearly everybody's tackle box. £1.50 again, not talking lots of money. I'm going to lay the baiting tool on top of the sprat. I'm going to get my hook, lay that on top like so, and then I'm going to get the squid and lay that on top. Just like that. He says, making a dog's dinner of it. Right, there you go. Bait elastic. Starting from the hook end, just start whipping down all the way along. What this is going to do is bind everything together into one nice long streamlined bait. Like so. Then I normally just a sight angle go back up the other way and then snap it off. Okay, hold on to the bait, slide out your tool, and there we have, I think, a perfectly presented sprat and squid cocktail. It's streamlined, there's nothing flapping around that's going to twist up on the cast. It's tough because you've got that bit of squid there and plenty of bait elastic, so it's not going to fall off on the cast or in the sea. I'm using a circle hook as a top panel here. All I do with that is I just hook that in once I've finished. And that is going to sit like that. And that is my favourite squid, not my favourite squid bait, my favourite ray bait. Right, let's get it out there, see how it goes. Right, first bait in the water. I put the first bait, which was the squid and sprat wrap, on a bar rig, a Bagnall Bar, and whacked it out a little bit of distance. I very annoyingly hurt my back on Tuesday. The casting isn't my friend today, but I put it out about as much as I could without falling on the floor and crying in pain. Joys of getting old. The second rig, I'm going to put out second rod, I'm going to put out just a 3-hit flapper. Because you get a fair few of the small-eyed rays down here, sort of 40, 50, 60 yards out, so distance isn't a key. The advantage to fishing a 3-hit flapper is I can fish smaller baits, which gives you a better hook-up ratio. When the bait's massive and you've got huge hooks, you're more likely to miss bites, drop fish, that sort of thing. Than you are with smaller presentations and the right size hooks. It's all about matching the size of the hook to the size of the bait, of course. But the advantage of the 3-hook flapper is you're going to get 3 small baits out there, which is going to give you a bigger scent trail. If I just put 1 small bait out there, obviously small scent trail. 3 small baits out there, a bigger scent trail. It's not that I'm trying to fish for triple shots of rays. You know, I've had a couple of double shots, but realistically I'm fishing for 1 ray at a time. Just the extra added scent trail of 3 baits out there will help. Just about almost losing the light. It's been an absolutely beautiful evening. I can't wait to see what we're going to catch today. Like I say, first rod's out, second rod's going to get chucked out as soon as I bait it up. See what's about tonight. Look at that. What a beautiful sky. I'm glad I bunked off work early and abandoned Toby to fend for himself. Thank you, Toby. Absolutely stunning evening. First of December. Nope, 2nd of December. I lied. It might be cold, but it is beautiful. Both rods now out. Nothing so far. One over the top of the bar, one on the inside. So I might just look at that for a few minutes. First bite of the night. Hopefully you'll pick this up on the camera. They quite often don't do a lot other than a bit of a drop back. There we go, look. Not a lot. But that is a fish. Yeah, I think so. See what we got. Yeah, a solid weight. This was
about 10 yards out, wasn't it? You saw this one?
No, this is the further one, annoyingly. Yeah. I don't think it's a record breaker.
Yeah,
as long as it's a fish, exactly that. It's only been out there about 5 minutes. So just recast, second cast on this rod. Oh. Yeah, sorry. Oh, it's gone awfully light. Yeah, just in the gully now. Oh, there we go. A little nod. Probably a dogfish. That'd be embarrassing. Yeah, it's not a big fish, but it's a fish, which is always a bonus. We just surf it in. Ah, it's not too bad at all, actually. There we go. No. First one of the night. Oh, I did that well, didn't I?
I'll grab him.
For her. Lovely jubbly.
£6?
Yeah, something around there.
Suppose you want a picture now?
Wow, seeing as you're here. Sorry. My mate Darren came along to help me land it. Very kindly went in there and got a boot full of cold water. No good deed goes unpunished.
Well, he wanted it, didn't
he? Yeah. Always on that top circle, look.
Yeah.
I always fish a circle at the top of my pennels. And always hooked in the corner of the mouth on a circle hook. Right, 45 minutes into the session and first ray on the beach. Very happy with that. Not a beast, not a massive one. 5 pound-ish, something like that. Female. It's quite a scrappy little fish in the end. It kind of came over the top of the bar and then glided in. I thought, oh no, it's come off. And then came in the edge, gave us a little bit of fight. Went back really strong, which is always nice. But yeah, that one was on the bar rig at distance. I'm still fishing one in, one out. See what we get tonight. But yeah, 45 minutes in, first ray on the beach. Happy days. Just had a little bite on the close-in one. Oh, there we go, look. The closer the bait, the bigger the bite. So although that bite was much bigger than the other one, there we go, slack. I better bring that in. Right. Just had a classic pull round, drop back and slack. Which tells me we got a ray on. Ray number 2. Hopefully we get it in. Shouldn't count my chickens before they hatch, should I? Turn this light on. A little bit of a... Right, then on the action. There we go, a little babber. So it kind of goes with what I was saying about the smaller fish closer in, but still a ray, still a small-eyed ray, still the target species. Very happy with that. So despite that very enthusiastic bite that came on a small little bit of sandal, look. Again, not big bites, not big baits, sorry. Size 1 hook. Right, ray number 2. So this one came to the close range rod, about 40 yards. It was quite a close, it was sort of sideways flick of a cast, but it was a small fish. Probably undersized, didn't stick it, didn't weigh it, but it does prove you can catch them real close in down here. And it also kind of proves not proves my theory, but backs up my theory that I've had the bigger fish out, smaller fish close in, but sometimes just happy to catch a ray. There we go, 5:30 in the evening, ray number 2. So far so good. Let's have a little look at the rig I'm using for my distance fishing, which is of course my famous bar rig, the Bagnall Bar. For those of you who haven't used one of these before and want to know what on earth I'm waffling on about, it's a short metal bar as a rig body, a nice long, I'm fishing 4 foot here, snood, which all clips up for aerodynamics during flight, which is all very good and well, but why, I'm sure you're all asking. Simple is, the shorter the rig, the further it'll cast. Sort of basic aerodynamics really, as that lead is punching a hole through the air, everything tucked in behind the lead is moving through a nice clean bit of air. The longer your rig, you know, rigs up here with all the different snoods and that sort of thing, of course they work, but they will cut your distance down. A lot of the time, if I'm just fishing for things like rays, fishing for usually 1 fish at a time, that sort of thing, I will use my bar rig. When I was but a wee child growing up fishing with some, I was really lucky, great anglers like Greg Turner and people like that, they used to use I think he called it a mega noster. It was like a pulley rig, no bigger than that. For exactly the same reason. That's what gave me the idea. A tiny little rig which just punched through the air like a plain lead. And they were catching fish. I remember fishing down Chesel, place of that place fishing. I mean, they were probably outcasting me comfortably even now. So I came up with the bar. The Mega Noster, as good as it was, only gave you a very short snood, kind of right on top of the lead as well. And I prefer the idea of having a longer snood away from the lead, especially when I'm fishing for things like rays and things. I don't like the idea of a ray kind of settling on top of that. So this will give you a nice bait presentation away from your lead, below the lead, while still maintaining a short rig which casts like, well, almost like a plain lead. So there we go. That is the Bagnall Bar. Available at all good tackle shops. Another little pull down on the distance rod, again the left hand rod there. Do a lot, there we go. It's a little gentle pull, usually drops back. As I was saying with the on the bite on the other one earlier, although this bite is a fraction of the size, it could well be a bigger fish. Because when you're fishing at distance, you've got all that extra mono out, which is stretchy stuff that absorbs the bite. So the further out you're fishing, the less bites you'll see, or the smaller the bites tend to be. That has done remarkably nothing. One little pull down since I got the camera out. Curse of the camera, as always. Could be a dog. Who knows? Well, we'll wait till it goes again. If it pulls down again, I'll bring it in. We'll see what's on there. There's a bit of weight on there. It's not enormous. Could be another one of those little baby rays. It could be a little dog. We shall see. Could be nothing. Could be embarrassing myself on film. Well, the ease at which it's coming in, not entirely hopeful. It's a tiny ray, it's just popped up on the surface. Never going to be a big fish when it comes to the surface. But it's a ray, ray number 3. Not even 6 o'clock yet. There she is. That is a baba. They're actually getting smaller. It'll be a ray one day when it grows up. Well, ray number 3 was even smaller than ray number 2, but it's still a ray, which is always nice. That one was caught out on the sprat and squid. Gave a little bite, which you saw. I thought it was going to go a bit more and then go slack, and then I was going to demonstrate how small bites turn into big fish. Turns out I demonstrated how small bites turn into small fish. Well done. There we go. So far, so good. We're only an hour and a bit into the session. I lost track of time actually. But 3 rays so far. Got to try and find a bigger one again. I think I peaked too soon. Bite number 4. Here's hoping it's a little bit bigger than the last one. What do you reckon then, guys? I reckon it's not. I reckon it's another small one. Come on, fishy, fishy, put some effort in. Fish, 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 fish. That's the drop back. Let's get it in, shall we see what it is? One of the main reasons I don't do many videos, or as many as I'd like, is most of my fishing is done in the dark. I just don't think the videos come out that well. Oh, well, that's a lot heavier than the last one. I'm going to convince myself this is a sizable ray this time. tip down, see if we can get a bit of... If you're really bored, you could count how many turns of the handle I do. Approximately a yard a turn, isn't it? Give you a rough idea of how far you need to put your boats. Very roughly, obviously. Yeah, number 4. Hoping it's a little bit bigger than the last one. Yeah, there's a little bit of weight to it. That's similar to the first one, I reckon. Just trying to milk it for the camera, really. Yeah. I'll send Darren in for get him wet again, shall we? Oh, there's turns though. Just as you're trying to land that damn thing. There she is. Well, it's sizable, but
It is?
yeah, comfortably sizable.
Yeah.
43, I reckon. Sprat and squid cocktail. Not on the circle hook this time though. I'll pop it on the stick just to save arguments with Darren. Oh, you going 44 now? I'm sticking with my 43. Ah, much bigger. What are we talking about? Yeah, 47. You were closer. What do you reckon? About £12 that one?
No, 15. Right? Was it on your secret bait? Or?
That was on my sprat, yeah, on the sprat and squid. Although it's swallowed it right down, annoyingly. Yes. Not the easiest thing to unhook when they're deep hooked rays. There we go, ray number 4. Not a big one again, but at least it's a sizable fish. This one went 47 on the stick. Nice little session so far. Another female. Let's get it back. Close in one again. That's that's a babber. That's a little fish. But it's a ray. Ray number 5, hopefully. Let's just take up that slack, see if we can see it getting even more excited. There you go, look, straight away. Swimming straight towards me. Better bring that in. I'll report back. Another little fella on the close-in rod. I think I'm going to put both rods out now. As fun as these are to catch, and they always give a good bite close in, I'd rather see a bigger fish. So, fun as they are, let's put the small ones to bed and see if we can find a bigger one. So it's 4:20 now. No, it's not. It's 6:20 now. So I've been going for roughly 2 hours and I've had 5 rays, but only 2 sizables. One, that first one, which is quite a nice one, around sort of 5-ish pound. One more's 47 on the stick. Don't know what that's going to be, sort of a couple and a bit pound maybe, and then 3 little ones. So all in all, pretty good so far. I would like to see a big one tonight. It'd be great if I could find a big one for the cameras. I really hope some of this is coming out on camera. Like I said, I don't do a lot of nighttime filming for obvious reasons. You can't see a lot, but so much of my fishing is nighttime. I enjoy doing videos, so if it's rubbish, you guys are just going to have to sit there and politely go, "Ooh, that was really good," even though you think it was rubbish. Right, onwards and upwards. Well, it's 7:15 now. I've had a little 45 minute period of inactivity, so I've decided these 2 are my last casts. It's just kind of had the main run of tide, and it's just slackening off, going a little bit quieter as it gets towards the top of tide. It'll fish again later, but I want to go home, warm up my toes and my fingers because it's pretty chilly. But oh no, 3-hour session, 5 rays, very happy with that. Always a chance I'll get one on the last cast, but if I don't, I'm not going to grumble. It's been a great evening.